Hello, sweet friends. Welcome back to At Home with Kay, where we love to do creative crafting on a budget. And today, you've been invited to the decoupage party, and I will talk to you about that a little bit later in the video. So, what you see here is a lovely napkin that I got in the mail from a sweet friend. I wanted to try my hand at adding this napkin to some candles, and I'm not going to use any Mod Podge or anything. The quote unquote medium that I'm using to attach this will be my little iron, and I purchased one of those little irons from Dollar Tree a little while ago, and it heats up quite well. You know, it doesn't get hot where it burns you, but it gets hot enough to melt the wax on a candle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the backing from this lovely napkin, and then I'm going to, after my iron is all heated, I'm going to apply it to the candle. And I just got two taper candles. I believe these came from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to cut the napkin down to size and go from there. So the rules for the decoupage party are to do 3 to 5 projects, use one non-wood item to decoupage, use one item other than a napkin to decoupage on at least one of your crafts, use one non-Dollar Tree item to decoupage, and then use another medium other than Mod Podge on at least one of your crafts. And I think I got all the rules right in this video. So what I'm doing here is I'm cutting my little napkin down to size, and then we're going to begin applying it to the candle. So I'm going to attempt to not overlap this napkin either, because I think it would adhere better if it just goes through one layer. So I'm just rubbing my little hot iron onto the napkin. It takes a little while too, because like I said, this is not a real iron your clothes iron. This is just for crafting, so it's plastic on the bottom, and it doesn't get very hot, but it gets hot enough. So I'm just going to gently rub it along, and you could see where the wax was beginning to melt, and that's what's going to get the napkin to stick to it. And also, I just wanted you guys to know that I tried these out. I burned them, and it just burned like a regular candle because the napkin was so thin. It didn't burn like a huge flame. But I do advise you not, when you cut your paper, cut it a little lower than the top of the candle where the wick is, because you don't want it to have that extra paper up there so that it like sets that paper on fire. And also remember, never leave candles burning unattended. We already know that rule and that we have to follow that. So I'm just gently rubbing my iron up and down, up and down, up and down, getting this to adhere to this candle. And it actually works, and these turned out lovely. I'm going to try many other different styles too, and I also know that you can do pressed flowers the same way onto your candle, and it burns and they just look so beautiful. But I think these turned out lovely. This is what they turned out, and I will show you them burning at the end of the video. So who all likes to get a card on Valentine's Day? It's always so nice and thoughtful. So I thought, how nice would it be to receive a handmade card, or to make a handmade card? So that's what I'm doing. I got this card stock out of my stash that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut it down to about a card size, the size of a card or a little larger. And then I'm going to take some paper that I have, and I am going to, some tissue paper that is, and I'm going to add that to the top of this cardstock. one side of this cardstock is shiny, the other side isn't. So I want the shiny side to be covered up. And this tissue paper I got out of my stash, and I'm just going to use my glue stick. That will be the medium that I'll be adding to get my paper to stick to my cardstock. It will be my glue stick, an Elmer's glue stick. And it worked perfectly. It had a few wrinkles in it, but I think it just added to the charm of the card. And you'll see that as I move along here. So I'm just making sure that I get all those corners and those edges and even that center part really well, because I don't want my paper to peel up, you know, on those corners and ruin my card. And then I just place it down. There is going to be some overhang that I'll have to trim off, but that's okay. And I'm just gently rubbing it out with my hand. And glue sticks aren't wet, so your paper doesn't tear like it does if you touch it too hard when you use Mod Podge. And I'm notorious for ripping my project when I use the Mod Podge. But this time with the glue stick, it worked out just fine. So I'm just cutting off those edges, and then I'm going to see what else I can do. Because when you fold this cardstock, it does get a little wrinkly in the folds, and I'm going to have to cover that up. And the way that I'm going to cover that up is I'm going to use this sheer white ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to cut it just long to go. First I had cut just enough to go in the inside, but then I changed my mind and I said, hey, I could just tie a ribbon all the way around this and tie a bow at the top, you know? And that's when I decided that I was going to do. Cut a longer piece, and then this is before I decided to cut the longer piece. I should have cut this part out of the video, but you know, we just make mistakes, take it apart, and keep it rolling. So I had glued it down, and then I decided to take it off and completely go all the way around and tie a bow at the top. And you will see that. I think I'm going to show you that me doing that. But if not, oh yeah, here I am. See, I just cut a longer piece, and I'm gonna I took that other piece off, and then I just tied a bow around it, and then it just looks so much better. I love it. So like I said, you guys are invited to the decoupage party. The host of this party is May from Craft Away with May, Jenny from Lovely Moments Creating, Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY, and me, Kay, from At Home with Kay. And the co-host is Jackie from Crafting in Mimi's World, and Kathy Joe with Kathy Joe's DIYs. And I'll have their channels and the playlist all linked in the description box below. Please go check their channels out, because you will see all the fantastic decoupage projects that they do also, and they're all fantastic crafters. So what I decided to do next was add some of this sticky, what do you call this? This is just some trim. It's pearls and some little stones. I get it from Dollar Tree. Just add that all the way around, because this is to me, a very romantic-y, vintage looking card, and that's the look I was going for. So I just decided to go around the edges, and I'm going to go all the way around with this trim. So here it is, how I went all the way around. You can see here. And I'm just going to add a little bit more down here on the end just to complete it all the way around. And so now I need to put something inside. So what I thought was, how fun would it be to have a bouquet of flowers inside? So I got these flowers. I think these came, I don't even know where these came from some craft store, probably Hobby Lobby or something. But they're just purple roses, lavender roses. I didn't have red or pink. That's what I would have preferred. And then I got this floral wire from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to continue to fold the floral wire over on itself and twist it to make stems. And then what I'll do is hot glue these roses to the stems. That's what I'm doing here, folding and twisting, folding and twisting, folding and twisting this floral wire. So now I'm just going to take my hot glue, add a dibble onto the end of each little stem, and then add a rose. And I'm going to do that until I have the whole little bouquet made, and I'll show you what it looks like. And here it is. Here's my little bouquet of roses. So lovely. So next I have this tissue paper. Got that out of my stash. I want to make like, I want to just wrap the flowers in some pretty paper. So I'm going to use this. I didn't know how to do it. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. You know how you go get flowers from a florist and the roses, the long stem roses are wrapped so beautifully in this paper. That's what I was attempting to do here. But through a bit of trial and error, I finally got it to look halfway decent, the way that I wanted it to look. Okay, so here's the do-over. I decided to make my paper look like a triangle and then make it go around. And that's when I was satisfied with how it looked. It wasn't perfect, but it's gonna work for what I wanted to do. So then I'm just gonna add a little hot glue and hot glue the flowers in there so they don't come off. And I'm gonna just wrap it around. And then after I wrap it around, I'm going to take that same silky white ribbon, satiny silk ribbon. I don't think it was satin or it was sheer. That's what it was. Sheer ribbon, and wrap it around and make a nice little bow. So as you can see, that's one of the doilies from Dollar Tree. I wanted to have some kind of design around the flower bouquet. So I just cut the middle part out of that doily, and I'm gonna glue the outside all the way around. And you see how I glue the bouquet of flowers inside the card, so whoever opens the card, they'll receive a bouquet of roses. I thought that was really cute. So here I'm just adding a little more of my glue stick to this little lace ribbing, and then I'm going to place that around the flowers. And then that inside part of that doily that I cut off, I'm going to glue that to the other side of my card, and then maybe put something sweet on there, just to have something up there at the top also. So I'm going to go on and add this to the other side of the card, and then I'll show you what it looks like at the end of the video. Okay, so my next DIY, I had these hearts. I've had these hearts for years. They used to hang outside of my on my front porch. But what I decided to do was to put some pretty paper napkin over them. And I went in my stash, and I have this lovely napkin, these Valentines napkins. And I'm going to use Mod Podge and put that on top of here. And I'm going to make a simple little Valentine's tier tray out of this. But first I'm going to paint it white with my Waverly paint and plaster. So that's what I'm doing here, just adding the plaster paint to the top of these hearts. So guys, I wanted to ask you, how is the weather in your area? We've had snow for the past 2 days, and the roads have been kind of treacherous, but it's been really cold too. On the weekend just passed, it had gotten below zero, like -1, -2, really, really cold. So how is the weather in your area? I'm in Michigan. Where are you, and how's your weather? So here I have the heart. It's all painted, and I was touching the side of it because I may go around that with a little paint. Not sure what color yet. And that was the napkin that I'm going to use on top of this. And I'm just using a little of my matte Mod Podge, and I'm just rubbing a good layer of it down. And I'm going to do off camera, I'm going to add some of the dishwasher safe Mod Podge or the waterproof on top. But first I'm just going to put this Mod Podge down all around the edges and the center, and then I'll place my napkin down and gently, and I repeat, gently, because I'm known for tearing things when I Mod Podge, use Mod Podge, and I'm gonna place it on top and rub out the wrinkles. And I was going to use my little sponge there, but it was a little too hard, and I was like, "Oop, you're going to tear it, so stop." And now I'm just going around with my sander to tear off that excess paper very carefully. And next I'm going to take this nice silver candle holder. I'm going to leave it silver because I'm probably going to end up taking this thing apart and not leaving it this way because I love that candle holder and I can use it for something else. But I'm just going to hot glue it around, and it's going to take quite a few layers of hot glue to get this to hold. But I'm just going to hot glue it on and add the one on the top. But I'm going to end up flipping it over and putting the smaller side on the bottom and the larger side on the top. You'll see. And just a little reminder to check out the description box for all of the host and the co-host channel and the playlist. Here we are at the end of the video. Here are my candles, and I have them lit just so you can see what they look like. They look fine, and I think they burn beautifully. I'm gonna definitely be making some more of these in the near future, for sure. Even use pillar candles. And here is my card and my little tier tray. I just added some of the little fake bakes that I had done over the years. I'm gonna be doing some more of those, so stay tuned. Also, not in this video, but in one coming up. Here is my card. I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the inside. I think it's so pretty. And here is a bouquet of roses for you. How pretty is that? And be mine. I just put that in the inside and put those little pearls around it. So lovely. Turned out nicely. I like these. Maybe I'll make some more. And I added a little bow on the front and put up some pearls on there also, just to match the inside. Super duper cute, I think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the description box for the playlist and the host. And remember, when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. Bye.